Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sport. And in this video, we're going to preview match day 3 of the Champions League season. I nearly said Europa League or something. It's irrelevant.
That's for Arsenal, that.
That's for Arsenal, exactly.
Arsenal haters TV.
Arsenal haters TV, in the words of Joe. But let's talk about the thirds, of course. This means that after this, every team's played each other in the group stage before they do the reverse in a few weeks' time. Let's start off with Real Madrid Inter Milan, lads, because I watched Mönchengladbach and Real Madrid last week. Incredibly, Real Madrid actually avoided defeat. This time they were able to come back and get a draw compared to the Shakhtar game when they lost 3-2. But this time they got a last-minute equaliser with Modric coming on and Hazard coming on. It certainly helped the team get at least a point from it. But Luke, what is going on with Real Madrid? It's a terrible start for, especially under Zidane, the team that won the Champions League only 2 years ago.
No, it's a bit of a shock, really. I saw the highlights for their first game, and I thought they were poor against a Shakhtar team that were missing half their players due to COVID. They did all right to make it 3-2 in the end, but I thought they were poor, lethargic, void of ideas. I think the next game, I saw the highlights for that game as well. I thought Gladbach cut them open far too easily, I think.
Yeah.
And yet again, up front, void of ideas. Benzema gets caught at half-time saying to Ferland Mendy, don't pass to Vinicius Jr. He's playing against us. And I thought, you're meant to be a senior figure. And the fact you're telling a teammate that you're not going to pass to a 20-year-old kid, it is, for me, disgraceful. For me.
Senior or not, this is not new from Benzema. If you know who Benzema
this is not new from Benzema. This is why he doesn't
This
play
is the
for
kind of
France
character
anymore.
that people buy into. So
This is why Benzema doesn't play for France. Right?
it is exactly why he doesn't play for France.
It's not like the attitude of a professional. And
There's also a video.
I don't think Zidane is in trouble of losing his job because they're doing well in doing all right in La Liga, but
that's not hard.
The Champions League was Zidane's tournament.
Yeah.
I think he's won it in every year he's been in it, bar one.
Apart from last season, yeah.
Yeah, apart from last season.
I think you're right.
But well, to be honest, Inter haven't done much better either.
No, let's talk about
they've been poor in the group as well.
They have.
They've been shy, and it's Conte again. You can't do it in the group stage of the Champions League.
Yeah, Seb, you're a big Serie A fan, of course. Inter and Conte, you've just not been convinced at all when we've been talking about it recently.
What, Inter or Real Madrid? Because
Inter. Well,
same apply. I'm not impressed with either.
Yeah.
It's hard to think this one because Inter. I don't think Lukaku will play. I think he still might be injured. So Inter without Lukaku at the moment are nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then they play. I mean, Conte gets a lot wrong. He plays with his back three. That's fine. Do whatever you want. I don't think personally it goes far in Europe because Conte has actually never got out the group stages in Europe, if I'm not wrong. Unless he did with Chelsea, but I can't remember. But with Juventus, he never got out the group stages. So this is Conte who fails in this tournament again, and I think the three at the back may be why. Then they've got Kolarov there, and he can be exploited. I mean, Benzema must be licking his lips at the idea of playing against Kolarov because Kolarov will give Benzema chances. He might even just place the ball in front of Benzema and say, come on, score for once. Well, not for once, sorry, but I'm not impressed with Inter, and they're nothing without Lukaku at the moment. They put Perisic up front the other night, and my God, he was woeful. He's not at the level. And Martinez is like this electron that goes round Lukaku, and an electron, once you separate it from its main atom, it doesn't know where to go. And that's Lautaro without Lukaku. Yeah, sorry, a tiny bit of physics for you there.
I like that.
But Real Madrid struggle at home in the Champions League since last season. They drew against Paris. They drew against Bruges. They lost to Shakhtar this season. They're at home tomorrow against Inter. I don't know who will win. I'm unconvinced by both. I'd rather give 0 points to both teams already and call it quits.
Just don't play. Just don't. Disqualify them both. Joe, let's move on. Let's quickly talk about your team, Liverpool. They're up against Atalanta. Atalanta had a great Champions League run. They got to the quarterfinals. They were so close to being semi-finalists, but then PSG with that late winner, it was absolutely heartbreaking for them. But Joe, is this do you think this is your biggest challenge in the Champions League now, going up against a team like Atalanta?
Oh, good question. I think this season, obviously, I thought Ajax away from home would be difficult, but Ajax didn't really turn up that well that night, and a few things fell into place for Liverpool, obviously with the own goal and holding out for 1-0. Atalanta, we were talking about it before coming on to recording this video, and Seb was saying Atalanta always seem to score, and I agree. They're a side that are capable of scoring goals, and they will cause Liverpool problems on the counter-attack. And you saw it last year when they caused in the Champions League, and they caused PSG problems in their game in the quarter-final last season.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to cause Liverpool problems, and obviously they were out Virgil van Dijk, which we know and we keep on talking about weekly because Virgil van Dijk's a big player and an important player for the squad. But Liverpool obviously can cause trouble on the counter-attack themselves. It just depends on what starting lineup he puts out. Jurgen Klopp, obviously last week he made changes against Midtjylland and it didn't work. Obviously Jota come on and Jota started the game and he was bright. But to be honest, Minamino didn't do much. Shaqiri did well, but a couple of the other players. And it depends really whether certain players turn up, and I think that's going to be the key thing for Liverpool. Can they hold out Atalanta and stop them from scoring? Probably not. I think Atalanta will get a goal, and I can see a draw written all over this game because I think Liverpool have got goals in them, Atalanta have got goals in them. It's going to be a goal fest.
Yeah, I want to come on to the goals because, as Joe said, and everyone knows, Atalanta broke the record for most amount of goals scored in Serie A last season. I can't remember the number. Only in 3 games last season in all competitions did they not score, and one of them was the first game in Champions League they played. So, and this season they've scored in every game. So, most likely than not, they'll score. But they're not. They're very unpredictable at the moment. They're trying to rotate players, fatigue, like Liverpool, but it's hard to tell. And then also going back onto one that Liverpool, notoriously under Klopp, don't have the greatest away record in the Champions League. This could be a tough one. This could be really a tough one for an Atalanta side that will go at Liverpool. They really, really go at them. And I want to see the best out of Ilicic again, but we'll see if that comes soon.
Let's talk about another game then, shall we? Leipzig versus PSG. Of course, just mention the fact that these two were in the semi-finals last year. Starting off with you, Luke. I mean, well, PSG, they got the win last week. That was what was important to get themselves going in the Champions League. Leipzig, last time I checked, they were doing well in Bundesliga as expected. But this is a hard one to predict. You know, it's at Leipzig as well. What are you expecting?
Goals. No, I feel like that. Obviously, I didn't watch the Leipzig United game. I just watched the highlights. Leipzig by an extremely high line that United managed to exploit, and I can imagine that if they play that same way, I can imagine Mbappe, Neymar will be looking at that high line thinking, we can exploit it. And Moise Kean, who's found his shooting boots all of a sudden.
He has, yes. He did well last week.
Everton
but obviously, if you look at yes. PSG's deficiencies, obviously you look at that team and it's odd. Like, since Neymar's come in, like the side has gradually gotten worse.
Yeah.
Like I look at their team defensively.
Since he's come in, what do you mean by that?
Well, like defensively, just seeing which defensive players have left the club. You look at that defence now. Do you look at that defence and go, Champions League level defence? Or Champions League winning defence? No. Do you look at their midfield? Champions League winning midfield? No. Do you look at their attack? Champions League winning attack? Maybe. So, like, considering how much money has been poured into the PSG project to win the Champions League, it's sort of odd how they've been regressing, really, especially with their summer signings. Like when was their last marquee mega money signing? Neymar?
But
3 years ago?
Yeah.
And that's
guess.
not.
No, Navas was a key signing. Navas when they got him.
Well, like Keylor Navas, I mean, like
signing.
big money signing. Like like
Oops,
big.
you right there, Luke?
Yeah, sorry, the dog's not my iPad.
We were looking at your nipples there.
like a big money signing that costs like a decent chunk of money.
But that's the point. They weren't supposed to just keep buying and really build on this squad that they had.
But like, even if they didn't spend money, they've not made what I'd call smart acquisitions. Okay, Timo Kehrer was a good signing, but he's not been that great. Diallo from Dortmund, has it really been like a step up? No. If you look at the midfield, Danilo Pereira, okay, defensive midfielder. Is he Champions League winning quality DM? No. Marco Verratti's too busy partying, so you can't really rely on him to anchor your midfield. Angel Di Maria, still world class, but can you rely on him to consistently deliver in the Champions League for you? Don't know. Pablo Sarabia, okay player. So like, it's not like the star-studded PSG teams that would get knocked out in the last 16. It's sort of a shadow of the big money projects. Like if they don't win the Champions League
as well,
next
so
year, like even
difficult.
if they don't win the Champions League, like that project's getting split up, sort of thing.
Quickly then, scoreline.
2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Okay, let's go on to another one then, shall we? RB Salzburg versus Bayern Munich. Now, Joe, Bayern Munich, they're continuing from last season in the Champions League at the moment. They're just continuously winning, getting goals, showing why they're champions of Europe. Are Salzburg going to be a problem?
Not really, no. I don't know what to say, really. I've not really watched any of the Austrian league, so I can't really tell you.
I'm gobsmacked, Joe. Come on.
I know that Daka is a threat up top for Salzburg, so there's always an opportunity there. But he's out.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Proves how much I know about the Austrian league. I can't.
You've got to watch out for Shos Bosley. He is fantastic. He is, and I can't wait to see him against Bayern Munich. Because Bayern Munich were atrocious against Moscow. Let's say it how it is. Moscow should have won that game with even a minimum amount of quality, but they couldn't. Leipzig have a bit more, even if they drew against Moscow. They have a bit more quality up front, and I can see them causing problems to Bayern. This Bayern side isn't as good as everyone's making it out to be. They concede so many chances. I think their XG against, I know, Jimmy, you're a big fan of it, exceeds the amount of goals that they actually do concede. So that it's got to be taken into account.
I'm a big fan of
They could easily score goals. XG.
Oh, yeah.
Because that game against Moscow,
you're just like the Sun newspaper. You put words into my mouth. Anyway,
they should have lost that. So, but they'll win Bayern Munich still. But I still think that they have problems that people aren't talking enough about.
And lastly, let's talk about Manchester City, shall we? I mean, look, they've got they've got the wins so far. They made the first game against FC Porto not look easy. They got the wins over Marseille, and Pep was in his post-match interview against Marseille. He was very impressed by his team. Luke, I keep saying it. This he's got to try and win it, I think, this season. But I just don't think Man City have that quality to do it.
Yeah, there is a difference of trying, and then there's a difference of winning it. And City will try and try and try, but there's three things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and City bottling the Champions League. And
fair play.
They'll get through the group because the group is a pile of piss. Like, when was the last time City had a hard Champions League group? Was probably when they had Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid. It was probably the last time they had a difficult Champions League group.
That was a good group.
And how long ago was that?
And Luke is being eaten by a dog.
Yeah, being eaten by my dog.
Maybe is that dog a City fan? Is he unhappy with what you're saying?
No. So that was the last time City had a difficult Champions League group, and that was 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, City
These are probably two of the worst sides in the Champions League, Olympiacos and Marseille, aren't they?
Yeah, I know. And they struggled against Porto. Defensively, they were poor against Porto. But I don't see City winning it. Pep always overthinks it in the Champions League. And the fact they don't have a recognised central striker, it's sort of baffling, to be honest. And it's not like City have been a free scoring team this season. They've got 8 goals in 7 games.
Yeah, but if they sign in January, then that's progress, and they'll get through the group. So
Oh,
What more?
Oh, yeah,
If
like,
they sign a striker
I
in
could-
January, they're on the
I
road.
could manage that group for City because it's a pile of piss. It's so easy. When do City have a difficult group? Never.
That dog is not happy about you or speaking
Yeah,
about
I know.
Manchester City.
I know. The dog wants my attention because he thinks I'm chatting shit. But the fact is that I'm chatting facts. And Pep will go his 10th year without winning the Champions League.
Anyway,
It's
we can
unfortunate
talk.
they're not with Shakhtar because Shakhtar are finally performing, and this is one of the first seasons for a long time. They're not even in the same group as Shakhtar, which I'm disappointed in.
And they normally are.
That's the point. That's the point.
Yeah. Anyway, my thanks to the lads. What do you think is going to happen in Champions League Matchday 3? Put your predictions in the comments below, and of course, subscribe to Let's Talk Sport.